Greetings. This is your brother, Elder Blacklight. You're going to tune in on a hearing of UFOs. Those of us that are wise know that they're talking about mother's plane or the mothership. And they've been keeping it a secret, but they can't keep it a secret no more. This is a warning and a wake-up call to all you brothers and sisters out there who didn't pay attention to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You can get that book. The time is almost here where you're going to have to get out of America. We'll talk about it more as we go. Check this out. House hearing identified anonymous phenomenal or UFOs or UFOS. They change up the language all the time.
Available information.
Thank you. And then my last question with 51 seconds remaining. You mentioned white-collar crimes potentially being taking place in regards to a cover-up. Can you please elaborate?
I have concerns based on the interviews I conducted under my official duties of potential violations of the Federal Acquisition Regulations, the FAR.
Thank you very much, Chairman. I yield the remainder of my time.
Okay, we'll go to Mr. Raskin for 3 minutes. Thanks, Mr. Chair, and I thank the witnesses for their endurance and service today. Mr. Fravor, you've described your episode in detail now, and you call it the most credible UFO sighting in history. But I wonder, was this the first time that you encountered a UFO or a UAP in 2014?
Yes.
And what was your general attitude or perspective on the UFO discussion before that happened?
I never felt that we were alone with all the planets out there, but I wasn't a UFO person. I wasn't watching History Channel and MUFON and all that.
And have you had experiences or encounters since that happened?
No.
And so, have you formed any general conclusions about what you think you experienced then?
Yes. I think what we experienced was, like I said, well beyond the material science and the capabilities that we had at the time, that we have currently, or that we're going to have in the next 10 to 20 years.
Very good. Mr. Brush, you've been able to answer in great detail on certain questions, and then other things you say you're not able to respond to. Can you just explain where you're drawing the line? What's the basis for that?
Yeah, based on my DOPSR security review and what they've determined that is unclassified.
I see. So you're answering any questions that just call upon your knowledge of unclassified questions, but anything that relates to classified matters you're not commenting on in this context.
In an open session, but happy to participate in a closed session at the right level, yeah.
Okay. And Mr. Graves, you've said that there are dozens of fellow pilots, military pilots. Are there also commercial pilots who've encountered the same kind of sightings that you described before?
They are similar. Commercial pilots have less range and less sensors to be able to reach out and look for objects over wide swaths of airspace. And so pilots are seeing them, commercial pilots are seeing them, they're typically closer, and the range of what they're seeing is pretty large.
What is the most vivid, concrete sighting with the naked eye of the objects that you described before, the cube-like objects?
Certainly, I think the most vivid sighting of that would have been near near midair that we had at the entrance to our working area. One of these objects was completely stationary at the exact entrance to our working areas, not only geographically but also at altitude. So it was right where all the jets are going, essentially on the eastern seaboard. The two aircraft flew within about 50 feet of the object, and that was a very close visual sighting.
And you were in one of the aircraft?
I was not. I was there when the pilot landed. He canceled the mission after, and I was there. He was in the ready room with all his gear on, with his mouth open, and I asked him what the problem was, and he said he almost hit one of those darn things.
He said he was 50 feet away from it?
Yes, sir.
And his description of the object was consistent with the description you gave us before?
A dark gray or a black cube inside of a clear sphere.
Inside of a clear sphere?
Yes.
And with no self-evident propulsion system?
No wings, no IR energy coming off of the vehicle, nothing tethering it to the ground, and that was primarily what we were experiencing out there.
I'm over time. Thank you very much for your service, and then you'll back.
So my birthday is on the this coming Friday, on the 28th of July. I'll be 77. It's the 7th day. Detroit. If we have anyone from Detroit watching my videos, pay close attention. After my birthday, well, on my birthday, I will be premiering. And after that first video, it's essential for you to watch it, because we're going to be outlining what's getting ready to take place. We're going to also be talking about the mother's plane, and we advise you to tell many people as you can if you want to make it through the or after the Armageddon War. All the rest of the brothers ain't talking like I'm talking. They clowning each other. You know. Don't watch that. That's a distraction. A lot gonna take place before during the election, the primaries, and after. This is just a brief reminder. Watch my premiere and the videos that follow it. I'm Black Light, telling the truth and passing the mic. Truth should be told and not sold. I want to give you the kind of flavor that will save you, and the kind of knowledge you won't get in college. Assalamu alaikum.